Hello, this is Claus Jensen presenting another recent game played on chess.com. This game is interesting because it showcases a crazy attacking idea that worked out very well for me. It's a Caro-Kann Panov-Botvinnik attack, and I'm playing the white pieces here. The Panov attack has always been my favorite way of playing against the Caro-Kann, and the opening of the game is all mainline stuff, and this has been played thousands of times before. A3, and I think here in this line, black can take the pawn on d4, and then follows knight takes and bishop takes, and then bishop h7, h7 check, king takes, queen takes, knight takes, queen takes. This is playable for black, I think, but I would definitely prefer the white pieces here because of the weakened black king and a much better bishop for me, and I think white is having the edge here, but of course it's playable for black. My opponent didn't take on d4, he took on c3 instead. Knight takes c3, b takes, b6. And again, this position has been reached many times in my database, and the most common continuation for white is a very interesting attacking idea that I actually never really saw before. And it's actually the main continuation in this line. And the idea here is h4. The main idea behind this move is that if black accepts the pawn sack, he will lose an important defender, this f6 bishop, and their queen will be in front of their queen position, so it will be chased away with tempo at some point. And this is what happens in the game because my opponent accepts the pawn sack here. Bishop takes, knight takes, queen takes, and then rook e3. And of course this is still theory, and I think black is having some trouble here. Although being a pawn up now, this position looks a little dangerous for black, and I'm sure the best defense which has been played before is f5, blocking the bishop here, and rook g3 is now threatening bishop g5, which can be prevented by h6 and queen e2, and queen e2 here preventing black from playing bishop b7 because then the d6 pawn is e6 pawn is hanging. And I think in this position we have an interesting game, a little unclear, but I think white is having excellent chances for the pawn, and so this would have been very interesting. But my opponent didn't play f5, and another move that has been tried before in this position is g6, after which rook g3, queen e7, bishop h6, rook e8 is giving white better chances than in the f5 line, I think. So this is slightly better for white as well. My opponent in the game chose h6 instead, and this is a mistake, and we shall see why, because now follows rook h3, chasing away the queen with the tempo as I spoke of, and if queen f6 in this position, then still bishop takes h6 is giving a good attack, and if it takes on h6, then queen g4 check, king h8, queen e4, and then there's a double attack on the knight and checkmate on h7. So in case of queen f6, then bishop takes h6 is strong. My opponent played queen d8 instead, and now I had two options, and I think what I should have played was simply bishop takes h6. This is looking lethal for black. In fact, g takes, queen g4, queen g5, queen e4, again attacking the c6 pawn, threatening mate on h7, rook g3, pinning the queen in the g file. This is devastating for black. But I played another interesting move. I took the rook instead. Thought that this looked fun, and I couldn't see how black should defend against this rook sack on h6. G takes, queen g4 check, and unfortunately, in this position my opponent timed out, which was very sad because this was a very nice game, and after a few forced moves, we can see that this rook sack was perfectly okay. King h8, bishop takes, rook g8, queen h3, and it's clear that black is in all kinds of trouble. The direct threat here is, of course, checkmate. So black would have to play something like e5. Queen goes away from the threat from the bishop. Rook g7, bishop g5 check, which would lose the queen for black. So this was clearly winning for me. So it was a bit sad that my opponent chose to let the game time out, which was in fact the same as resigning the game. But still, I think if we just go back here, I still think that this idea rook takes h6 is very is a fun way of attacking the black king. But probably, as I said before, not the best way to do it, but it was more fun. So I hope you enjoyed this little Panov-Botvinnik game where white played this interesting h4 idea. Here in this position, played h4, and I hope to see you on my blog at klausjensen.com. Bye bye for now.